On your radio here in the first half. First quarter being brought to you by Kaup Pharmacy. And the ball is in the air, tap controlled by the Indians, and this game is underway. Kennedy Mullenkamp will walk it up court, goes far side over to Callie Wendell. Callie Wendell out in front, waving some people around, and Celina looks to be throwing a 1-2-2 zone at him. Over to Mullenkamp on the wing, goes cross court to Callie Wendell. Callie Wendell looking inside. They look, nowhere to go. Now far side it goes to Niekamp. And now back out to Mullenkamp. They'll wing it around to Callie Wendell. Looking inside, can't find anybody there. Cross court it. Here's Wendell out front with it at the top of the key. Back to Mullenkamp. Working patiently. Now to Niekamp, and they just can't find anything and can't find anybody in the middle or in the corners. Wendell takes it over to the far side. They go into the corner to Niekamp. Niekamp inside. We got a pushing foul inside called against Celina. The pass was about to go inside to Whitley Rammel, and she was fouled on the play and charged the foul against Celina's first foul of the game. They call that on Billingsley, so Kylie Billingsley picks up the foul, her first, team's first. And here's Mara Pearson coming into the Fort Recovery lineup. Here's the inbounds pass way out in front to Rammel. Rammel looks, right side pass goes to Mullenkamp, and now it's to Pearson. They go down low inside to Niekamp, working it around the perimeter, looking for a shot and just not really finding it. Good defensive pressure here by Celina in the early going. And until you figure out a zone, it's going to be tough on you. A drive along the baseline, over it goes to Mullenkamp, out in front to Pearson. Pearson dumps it inside. It's knocked around loose and picked away by Celina as it's taken out of there by Klingshirn. Klingshirn gets it on up the right side. That's to Dirksen. Dirksen back out in front for Celina. And now it goes to Bruns. Bruns looking in the middle, knocked away. We're going to have a foul called inside against the Lady Indians. And Whitley Rammel is going to pick up that one. So Rammel picks up the first foul for the Indians tonight. We've played a minute and a half and still no score. Kaup Pharmacy for handicap medical equipment. Visit them. Their handicap medical equipment center in Fort Recovery in the Industrial Park. Celina will inbound it out in front, and pressure really being put on defensively by Fort Recovery. Right side wing is Dirksen. Dirksen feeds it out front to Klingshirn, and Klingshirn can't go any place and goes right over to Dirksen. Dirksen into the corner. Here is Billingsley driving the baseline. Her pass out in front, almost stolen. Picked up by Klingshirn. Klingshirn working it back out in front. We've not had a field goal attempt by either team yet. Here's the first one, and it's around the rim and out by Klingshirn. And on the rebound, we got a foul that's going to be called inside. And that foul is going to go against Fort Recovery. So the second team foul against the Lady Indians, with the foul going to be called against Guggenmiller. So Grace Guggenmiller gets it. Free throws up and in. And there's your first point of the game as Peyton Berkey gets the free throw. It's 1-0 Celina. Just underway here at the Fort Side Fieldhouse tonight. Here's the second shot on the way, and that one's bounding too long. But the rebound comes off to Billingsley, back out front, shot up and in, and give the basket there to Klingshirn. And it becomes 3-0, a three-point play the hard way. Nearly a steal in the backcourt by Celina. Niekamp will get it in the corner, far side to Mara Pearson. Down low to Rammel. Rammel puts it inside, can't get it. Had her own rebound, couldn't get that one to go. This time the rebound taken out of there by Berkey of Celina, and the Bulldogs have it. They lead it 3-0. Far side, and that's a travel violation. Little head fake there by Klingshirn, and she clearly moved her pivot foot. And the ball goes right back to Fort Recovery. And Callie Wendell's going to check back in for Fort Recovery. Carly Niekamp will sit down. 5:31 to go in the first quarter, 3-0 in favor of Celina. Fort Recovery with the basketball. Indians look for their first points. Far side, it's over to Guggenbiller. Guggenbiller out in front. Now it's to Callie Wendell. Wendell out on the perimeter, looking inside, nowhere to go with it. Across the court, over it goes to Mullenkamp. Mullenkamp, they go into the corner, driving is Pearson. Trapped along the baseline, and she apparently stepped on the baseline. Official right down there looking, pointed at her toes, said, "You're on it, young lady." Substitution here for Celina. Amelia Lutz will come in, the junior. Full court pressure, almost stolen away in the backcourt. and Celina having some trouble. Here is Klingshirn just now crossing the 10-second line. Takes it all the way down, can't shoot. Near side over it goes to Lutz. Lutz across the way down low. Billingsley up and in. Billingsley has nice size in there and gets the basket, and Celina leads it 5-0. Full court pressure by Celina, and Fort Recovery having trouble with it. Here's the pass on down the left side, and it's knocked out of bounds by Celina. Substitution, and coming in for the Lady Bulldogs, that is going to be, as they will bring in, well, a 40. Oh, check it. There we go. They're bringing in Ava Kanapke, young sophomore with some good size. On the rebound, here's the down court pass, no good. Put up by Ramble, no good. Fight for the rebound, put back up, no. Rebound inside by the Indians, put back up, and a foul. Good efforts on the offensive boards, just couldn't get the shots over the rim. And then charged the foul to Klingshirn. And so Klingshirn picks up her first and the second on the team. So at the free throw line, shooting and hitting, is Kennedy Mullenkamp, and that finally gets the Indians on the board. It's 5-1. So they went almost 4 minutes without a point here to start the game. Here's the second shot, puts it up and hits them both. So Mullenkamp makes it a 5-2 ball game, and the full court pressure by the Indians. And the Bulldogs having trouble getting it across the timeline. Finally, Klingshirn does. Takes it all the way down to the baseline, and she stepped out of bounds. Her momentum couldn't stop her, and she stepped out of bounds. She was bound and determined to get down there. Well, she did, but too far. Full court pressure now by Celina. Here is Wendell. Wendell in the backcourt, and Mullenkamp, and feeds it on ahead, and Callie Wendell. Wendell on down inside, going to the basket. Guggenbiller, her shot's no good. Rebound saved in by the Indians. Here's a 15-footer. It's no good by Wendell. Rebound out in front, taken away by Celina. And coming away with it was Dirksen. Dirksen takes it on down near side to Klingshirn. Klingshirn will drive inside with it, lost control of the ball, and did so because she was bumped and fouled. And the foul's going to go inside against Whitley Rammel, and that's her second. So Whitley Rammel's going to come to the sidelines. Wasn't a lot of contact, but enough to alter the play, so to speak. Carly Niekamp will replace her. And that's the third team foul called against the Indians. In it goes. And a quick basket went right inside to Zoe Bruns, and she laid it right in off the inbounds pass. It's 7-2 in favor of Celina. Indians trapped in the backcourt. Pass ahead, knocked loose. Picked back up by Niekamp. Into the corner. Can't getting a shot away. Guggenbiller. Guggenbiller gets it out to Rammel and Wendell. And they look. Far side, it is Wendell. Wendell can't shoot. Gives it off to Mara Pearson. Pearson, back over it goes to Wendell. They go in the corner to Guggenbiller. Guggenbiller now back in front as they try and set the shot. Pearson now near side to Niekamp. And it goes back to Wendell. And they just can't get inside that zone. Here's a long pass near side, knocked away, and it's going to be picked up on the corner by Niekamp. Back out in front for the Indians. They work it to the far side, and now it's Mullenkamp who stands over there too far away to shoot. She will not. Bounces it out front, gives it off to Pearson. Pearson looks, near side pass intercepted by Celina. It's Klingshirn getting it ahead. Up the court with it is Kanapke. Kanapke stands out front and just threw it away in the backcourt, and it's stolen away. Going on down with it is Pearson. No, but she was fouled on the shot. She'll be at the line to shoot two. Made the steal, and as they battled for the ball, she was fouled there by Kyra Dirksen. And that's the first against her, third team foul against Celina. 2 free throws coming here for Mara Pearson. Free throw in and out. Rattled around, dropped out. Lots of subs coming in here for Celina as they want some fresh legs out there apparently. Holstad comes in. Kinley Holstad, a freshman. Second shot is perfect. And Mara Pearson has her first. We got a timeout being called by Celina. 2 minutes and 25 seconds to go in the opening quarter. It is Celina 7 and Fort Recovery 3. Your first quarter tonight being brought to you by the folks at Count Pharmacy in Fort Recovery.
Hi, this is Jerry Kaup of Count Pharmacy, a locally owned Health Mart pharmacy. When you're in need of a new pair of diabetic shoes, At Calp Pharmacy, our pharmacists can measure and fit your feet, so both shoes and inserts can be custom to you. Calp Pharmacy carries Anodyne or Dr. Comfort diabetic shoes and are able to bill Medicare, Medicaid, or insurance. So call Calp Pharmacy in Fort Recovery at 800-686-2314 so we can help answer your questions or schedule a diabetic shoe fitting appointment. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Need a better job where the benefits are great. A family-friendly company with competitive pay. Where people stop and greet me when they see my smiling face. Cooper Farms, it's more than a workplace.
Make your own schedule. We're now offering flexible schedule, part-time positions. To apply, visit cooperfarmsjobs.com. Cooper Farms, it's more than a workplace.
2:25 to go here in the first quarter, being brought to you by Calp Pharmacy. 7-3 is the score. Celina leads it. Kinley Holstad, a freshman, has checked in now for the Bulldogs. Has the ball out at the guard spot. They work it around to the near side. They'll go down low inside to Bruns. Bruns back out in front. Alstad. And now they work it back to Klingshirn. They go inside. Indians cut them off. They're not finding much in the way of shots either. Here's a drive. Shot blocked out of bounds. Clean block. No foul was called. And a nice job there on the defense by Kennedy Mullenkamp. She blocked the shot, and Celina will get the ball back. Goes into Klingshirn on the far side. Klingshirn trying to drive inside. Nowhere to go. And Bruns puts up a shot and gets it. Check it. That was Billingsley with the basket to make it a 9-3 ball game. Fort Recovery still looking for their first field goal. A drive on down to the hole, putting it up, and there is that first field goal by Grace Guggenbiller. Took it right down to the hoop and scored. Make it 9-5. A 4-point lead for Celina here late in the first quarter. Against the pressure, they'll break it on down, driving to the baseline. Shot on the way, won't go. Rebound inside, picked away by Fort Recovery, and Mara Pearson is fouled. So there's a foul just about on every play the way it's been going so far. Peyton Berkey picks up the foul. That'll be her first, and it's the fourth team foul against Celina. And coming to the sidelines now is Taylor Klingshirn for a breather. And it is Kira Dirksen replacing her. Minute 22 to go in the opening quarter, brought to you by Calp Pharmacy. Breakaway by Mara Pearson down for a lay-in. They got a pass down to Pearson, and she just broke away from the defender. 2-point game now at 9-7. Celina leading here in the first quarter. Out in front with it is Dirksen. And Dirksen comes into the corner. She stops and is bumped and fouled. That was kind of an excuse me foul by Alexis Wendell, going for the steal and did make contact. That's the first foul against her and the fourth team foul against Fort Recovery. Minute 2 to go here in the opening quarter. Grace Guggenbiller checks out. Inbounds pass. Here's the pass on down low for Celina. They'll kick it out in front. Now near side to Klingshirn. By Bruns. Bruns back out in front. Driving with it is Dirksen. Can't get a shot away. Here's a pass stolen away, though. Pearson comes up way with it, then loses it. It's picked back up. Celina comes away with it. Far side with it is Bruns. Bruns back in front. It goes out to Holstad. Holstad lobs it down low. They'll kick it back out in front. Down to 35 seconds in the quarter. The pass down low, open for a layup and missing it. Rebound tipped around, picked up by Celina, and then put up and in. Kenley Holstad just picked up the loose ball and tossed it in there, and it goes. 11-7. Down to the final 20 seconds of the first quarter, and we got a blocking foul going to be called up front. Dirksen got in front, but definitely was not set, and just picked up her second foul. That's the 15th foul against Celina. We have 15.4 seconds to go. And coming out will be Dirksen after getting her second foul. It'll be thrown in for Fort Recovery by Alexis Wendell. Wendell fires it inside. Out front with it is Pearson. Back to Wendell. Wendell on the perimeter. Looking down to 8 seconds. They'll have to hurry here. Down to 4, down to 3. They're not going to get a shot away. There's a half-court heave. Rimmed off, but I don't know if it would have counted or not, but at the end of the first quarter, it is Celina 11 and Fort Recovery 7. Your first quarter brought to you this evening by Kaup Pharmacy in Fort Recovery.
Hi, this is Jerry Kaup of Kaup Pharmacy, a locally owned Health Mart pharmacy. When you're in need of a new pair of diabetic shoes, at Kaup Pharmacy, our pharmacists can measure and fit your feet, so both shoes and inserts can be custom to you. Kaup Pharmacy carries Anodyne or Dr. Comfort diabetic shoes and are able to bill Medicare, Medicaid, or insurance. So call Kaup Pharmacy in Fort Recovery at 800-686-2314 so we can help answer your questions or schedule a diabetic shoe fitting appointment. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
1 quarter in the books, and Celina leads Fort Recovery here at the field house by a score of 11-7. Scoring so far for Fort Recovery, just not enough of it. They only got 1 or 2 field goals there in that first quarter, and they didn't get their first field goal until about 3 minutes to go in it. 2 points for Grace Guggenbiller, 3 from Mara Pearson, and 2 free throws for Kennedy Mullenkamp. Kylie Billingsley leading Celina with 4 points, 1 for Peyton Berkey, couple for both Bruns and Klingshirn, and 2 off the bench by Kenley Holstad. So we go to the second quarter, and Celina has it and almost turns it over right on the get-go. Out in front with it, driving is Klingshirn, gives it on the right side to Dirksen. Dirksen just did throw it away. Well, no, it was touched last by Fort Recovery, they say. Apparently one of the Indians got a finger on it. So Celina will have the ball. Klingshirn looks, having trouble. Finally in it goes, over to Berkey. Berkey out in front with it. Berkey at center circle, now drives to the right side, nowhere to go with it, and looks, and will hand it off out in front. They'll lob it in the middle to Billingsley. Billingsley turns, out in front, here's a long 3, and it's good. Klingshirn hits the three-pointer. Celina increases the lead to 7 at 14-7, biggest lead so far. Indians with it, they could use a field goal. Like I said, they were hard to come about in that first quarter. Second quarter tonight being brought to you by K&N Tractor Sales and Service. Scramble for the ball on the far side. We've got a tie-up, and the possession arrow will give it to Fort Recovery. K&N Tractor Sales and Service with New Holland and also Claus Farm Equipment. Indians will get it inbound. They go to Mara Pearson. She'll cross-court it over near side to Guggenbiller. Drives inside. Her shot is short, and the rebound is picked away. Knocked out of bounds, but touched last by Fort Recovery. Klingshirn came down with it, was tapped away from her. Full court pressure being applied by Fort Recovery. Indians trail by 7. Up to Klingshirn. She will take it all the way down, and Billingsley back out in front. Looking for help. We'll get it over finally to Berkey. Can't get a shot, and now we got apparently a reach-in foul. Boy, there wasn't a whole lot of contact, but Grace Guggenbiller will pick up the foul. That's her second and the team's 5th. Whitley Rammel comes back in. Whitley got 2 quick fouls there in the first quarter and did not see her the rest of that first quarter. Now she's got to play carefully not to get a third before halftime. Back out in front to Billingsley. Billingsley will stop. Goes over on the far side. No way around it. They'll get it back to Billingsley. Takes it down to the baseline. She looks along the baseline. Is trapped. It's knocked away, but was it out of bounds? Yeah, it was. The ball was knocked away by one of the Indians, and before it was picked up, it had bounced out of bounds, so it's going to be Celina ball. It is Bruns coming out for Celina. Klingshirn. And they go to Billingsley in the corner. Billingsley turning, looking, drives the baseline. Trapped, and it's knocked out of bounds again by the Indians. 6:21 to go here in the second quarter. It is 14-7 in favor of Celina. Celina with the ball. They go out to Billingsley for a 3. It's way off the mark. Rebounded by Mara Pearson. Pearson pushes the ball up the floor in a hurry. All the way down to the baseline. Turns, gets knocked away, gets knocked to the floor. A scramble, and then I think we have a foul called against Celina. There's a lot of contact over there, and they caught it. And give the foul to Kylie Billingsley. And that'll be her second. That is team foul number 6 against Celina. So Billingsley will come to the sidelines. One more, and the Indians will be shooting some free throws, which they've gotten very good at the last few games. Near side with it along the baseline. Alexis Wendell down to Ramble, who puts it up and can't get it to go. Rebound, though, back up, no. And the rebound again by Alexis Wendell. And I think she got fouled. Or did she get tied up? She got tied up. So the ball's going to go to Celina. Boy, that ball just stood on that rim and bounced and would not go in on either of those shots. So close. Celina with the ball. Bulldogs will inbound it. Deep in the backcourt with it. That is Berkey. Berkey just now into the front court. Berkey looking out front, looking for some help. In trouble now. Used up the dribble. Finally gets it near side to Dirksen. Dirksen can't go anywhere with it. Dirksen puts it on the floor. Into the corner it goes to Klingshirn. Klingshirn will drive. Kicks it to the corner for an open three. That is bounding around, no good. And the rebound pulled out of there by Kennedy Mullenkamp. Mullenkamp will bring it ahead to Pearson. Mara Pearson with it out in front for Fort Recovery. Near side, they get it to Alexis Wendell to Pearson. Far side over to Callie Wendell. They work around the perimeter. Down low they go inside to Alexis Wendell. Her pass then is intercepted. Celina will bring it back up the court. 5 minutes to play first half. 14-7. We're stuck on that one. Been there for a while. Celina with the ball out in front. Klingshirn will dump it down low, going up and missing the shot. Rammel got a hand on it and then gets the rebound. Rammel ahead to Pearson. Pearson goes far side from the baseline over to Callie Wendell. Can't get a shot, out to Mara Pearson. Now it goes to Mullenkamp. Mullenkamp near side to Alexis Wendell. Back out in front to Pearson. Mara Pearson out near center circle. They'll reset the offense. Into the corner, a three on the way. No good by Callie Wendell. The rebound and a collision, and a foul's going to go against Celina. And that's going to put the Indians at the free throw line. Foul is called against Taylor Klingshirn, and that's her second. 7th team foul. So going to the free throw line is Kennedy Mullenkamp. She'll be shooting 2. First one is up and rolls in. Hung on the rim and finally fell in for her. That's her 3rd point. Carly Niekamp will come back in for the Lady Indians. And also back in for Celina. Looks to be Bruns comes back in. Second free throw is no good. Rebound picked away by Celina. 14-8 is our score. We're midway here in quarter number 2. Up with it the far side, Dirksen. Dirksen hands it out front. Dumps it down low, threw it away. Was trying to get it down to Amelia Lutz and just whipped it right past her. Ball gives it right back to Fort Recovery, but a timeout being called by Celina. Your second quarter tonight being brought to you by K&L Tractors. And you can see them for your equipment needs. See them in Fort Recovery. That's K&L Tractor Sales and Service.
Hello, I'm Kenny Canote from K&L Tractor Sales in Fort Recovery, Ohio. Whether you work in landscaping, farming, or construction, New Holland 300 Series skid steers and compact loaders are reliable workhorses that stand up to any challenge you face. We at K&L Tractor Sales can show you the many New Holland advantages that allow you to work more efficiently, like the patented Super Boom technology that delivers maximum reach at full height and easy servicing. Stop by K&L Tractor Sales in Fort Recovery to see New Holland skid steer and compact track loader.
14-8 our score with 4:18 to go in the second quarter. Lady Indians struggling from the field mightily tonight. They've had so many shots just literally hang on that rim or bounce around and come out. They have only hit 2 field goals tonight, while Celina has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Neither team shooting lights out, but Celina has hit more, and that's why they have a 6-point lead. Have led by as many as 7. Fort Recovery has it. Mara Pearson into Whitley Rammel, drives in the lane, and her shot is blocked. Picked up inside, up and no good in there by Niekamp. Rebound by the Niekamp again, and this one won't go. Rammel, the rebound, though, puts it in. Whitley Rammel on the 3rd try, got it to go. 14-10, Indians within 4. Back in the backcourt with it is Dirksen. Dirksen under pressure, gets it across the timeline up to Berkey. Berkey will drive it toward the lane. Bounces it off. Here's a long 3-pointer. Yes, indeed. Zoe Bruns. She's got 5. That's our first 3-pointer of the night by either side. And makes it 17-10. Celina matching its biggest lead. Mara Pearson. Far side to Niekamp. Now to Mullenkamp. Niekamp and near side to Callie Wendell. And they can't. Here's a shot from the corner. That's off the rim, no good by Niekamp. And then a foul on a rebound that I think is going to be called against the Indians. Yes, Carly Niekamp is going to pick up that one. That'll be her first, and that'll be the 6th team foul against Fort Recovery. For the Indians, Callie Wendell will sit down, and she's replaced out there by Grace Guggenbiller. Full court pressure again by Fort Recovery. Indians trailing by 7, 17-10 in the backcourt. Celina having trouble getting across the timeline, finally do. Out in front to Dirksen. Dirksen with it over on the far side, bounces it out front, hands it off now, it goes to Lutz. Lutz can't get a shot. Into Billingsley, back to Lutz, and her three-pointer is no good. Rebounded by Whitley Rammel. Rammel starting to dominate inside. Gets it on ahead to Mara Pearson. Now they just need to turn some points to the other end. There's a shot, no good. Deep rebound out in front by Mullenkamp, and her putback is good. Kennedy Mullenkamp's first field goal makes it 17-12. 2:25 to go in the first half. Second quarter being brought to you by K&L Tractor Sales and Service. Ball was kicked out of bounds by Fort Recovery. It'll still belong to Celina. Klingshirn comes back in for Celina, replacing Lutz. And the Indians will inbound it right in front of the Fort Recovery bench. Here's the inbounds pass coming from Klingshirn. Goes out front to Dirksen. Dirksen looks from across the way into the middle. They go to Billingsley. Billingsley bounce pass right side over to Klingshirn. She can't get a shot away. They work it back out in front, back to Klingshirn. And now it goes to Dirksen. Far side, they go down low. Here is Kanapke. Her shot no good, and the rebound by Whitley Rammel again. Brings it on ahead to Pearson. Pearson driving all the way to the hole, puts it up, and will not get the runner. The rebound put back up by Niekamp. It won't go. Ball loose, out in front. Here's a 5-footer, good by Mullenkamp. Mullenkamp, they kept battling for it and finally got the shot to go. 17-14, it's a three-point game now. Under 2 minutes to play in the first half. Celina with the ball, over in the corner with it. That is Billingsley. Tries to drive, cannot, looks, feeds it back out in front. They'll get it over to Bruns, and down low, pass inside to Kanapke. Her shot is way short, and Rammel, who may have actually blocked it, then gets the rebound. Works it ahead. A three could tie it here. Here's Pearson, drives right to the basket, gets hit, and no foul was called. Ball came loose, and Celina comes away with it. There was a lot of contact there. Surprised that a whistle didn't go off. Here's a pass far side over on the wing to Bruns. And now out in front, we got a foul called against Fort Recovery. And that foul goes to Grace Guggenbiller, and that's her third. That's the 7th team foul against Fort Recovery. So Guggenbiller will come out, and Alexis Wendell will come back in. Minute 2 to go here in the second period. 17-14, Celina leads. And at the free throw line is senior Zoe Bruns, the only senior on this Celina team. Free throw is good. Bruns with 6 points and stretches the lead back out to 4, 18-14. We've not been tied. We've had no lead changes, and Celina's led the entire way. Second one, no good. Rebound, Pearson. Pearson off and running. She's going to take it right down, comes out front. Bad pass, but is picked up by Niekamp. Near side with it is Callie Wendell. Turns around, gives it to Niekamp. Down low to Alexis Wendell. To Niekamp, baseline jumper is no good. Rebound put back up, no good again by Fort Recovery. Rebound by Celina. They'll run it into the front. Fort Recovery. Now we'll slow it down. Got a little wild there. No one really was controlling it. Out in front with it here is Klingshirn on down to the baseline. 25 seconds. To the corner, lobs it down. She tries to put up a shot. It's blocked. Oh, foul going to be called against Mara Pearson. She thought that she didn't get anything on it, but apparently they said she did. So the first foul against Mara Pearson, 8th team foul against Fort Recovery. 21.5 seconds to go in the first half. Free throw will be coming to Taylor Klingshirn, and the first one's good. She has 6 points. And the lead is 5 for Celina. Berkey will come back in, replacing Billingsley. They want to get her out so she doesn't get a third foul right before halftime. And the free throw coming here for Klingshirn. 19-14 is our score. Here's the second shot. It's good. So Klingshirn gets it. She's coming out, same reason. Don't get a third foul before halftime. So now Fort Recovery, probably their last possession of the first half. They could use a basket right before halftime. Down 6. Out front, it is Mullenkamp. Mullenkamp goes to Pearson, far side. Callie Wendell. Mullenkamp now to Pearson. Pearson double team, in trouble. Gets it down to Alexis Wendell. Back to Pearson. Her shot partially blocked. It's picked up, no good. The rebound, battled for it inside. Picked up by Celina, and that's the end of the half. Couple of opportunities there for Fort Recovery. They just couldn't get it and then couldn't get the rebound. So we are at halftime, and Celina leads Fort Recovery at the break by a score of 20-14. Your second quarter tonight brought to you by K&L Tractor Sales and Service in Fort Recovery.
Hello, I'm Kenny Canote from K&L Tractor Sales in Fort Recovery, Ohio. Building the future starts with the right tools. That's why you should ask us at K&L about the hard-working, dependable constructed equipment from New Holland, including skid-steer loaders, compact track loaders, loader backhoes, tractor loaders, compact excavators, and compact wheel loaders. Every New Holland model offers clean, responsive power, built-in comfort and versatility that helps you master any job, any challenge, anytime. Learn more. Stop by K&L Tractor in Fort Recovery today.
At the St. Henry Bank, we take pride in taking care of you when it comes to your banking needs. And through our website at sthenrybank.com, you can enjoy the anytime convenience of online banking, online bill pay, make loan payments, make credit card payments, view your account history and monthly statements, and more. Stop in and see us, and we'll help you set up your online account today.
We take pride in taking care of you.
The St. Henry Bank in St. Henry and Maria Stein, large enough to serve you, small enough to know you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, this is Jerry Kaup of Kaup Pharmacy, a locally owned Health Mart pharmacy. At Kaup Pharmacy, our compounding pharmacist works with healthcare providers to change the form of medications to make it easier to use. We add flavors, adjust the strength, or combine drugs to make a customized medication for the patient. Kaup Pharmacy is located in Fort Recovery, Ohio, Bern, and Union City, Indiana. So stop in and visit us at kaupharmacy.com. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Here at Hall Brothers, your local Case IH dealer, we want you to put the very best into your machine so you can get the very best out of your machine. Choose to use CNH Industrial Genuine Parts. Only CNH Industrial Genuine Parts are specifically engineered to fit and function perfectly with your Case IH equipment. They deliver the performance your business demands while giving you the durability your schedule depends on. So when you want to maximize your performance, go with the original, CNH Industrial Genuine Parts. To find CNH Industrial Genuine Parts, visit Hall Brothers in Fort Recovery.
Halftime here at the Fortside Fieldhouse in Fort Recovery. And the Celina Lady Bulldogs lead Fort Recovery at the half by a score of 20-14. Celina scored the first 5 points of the game, and we have not had a tie, not had a lead change, as Celina has been in control, though Fort Recovery has gotten it down to 2 points on a couple of occasions, but can get no further than that so far. And they have really struggled from the field offensively. And Celina has been able to hit a couple of outside shots. One thing that Fort Recovery does not have, they don't have a three-pointer in the first half. While a couple of those for Celina just hit and miss. We've had a lot of fouls tonight. Let's see, 8 fouls in the first half against Fort Recovery and 7 against Celina. Here's a look at the first half stats for Celina. The Bulldogs being led by Taylor Klingshirn. She has 7 points, including one of those three-pointers. 6 points for senior Zoe Bruns, who also has one of those three-pointers. 4 points for Kylie Billingsley, 1 for Peyton Bertkey, and 2 points off the bench for Kinley Holstad. And that is it for Celina. For Fort Recovery at halftime, they're being led by Kennedy Mullenkamp. Kennedy has a couple of baskets and 3 free throws for 7 points. And after that, it's kind of hard to find scoring. Mara Pearson has a bucket and a free throw for 3 points. Whitley Rammel a basket for 2. Grace Guggenbiller has a bucket for 2. And that's it. Foul problems for Fort Recovery. Well, Whitley Rammel got 2 very quick in that first quarter and had to sit out the rest of the first quarter. Did come back in and was able to stay in the game the rest of the half. got her 2 points, but does have 2 fouls going into the third quarter. Grace Guggenbiller, though, picked up a third foul there late in the second quarter, so she's in trouble. Nobody else with more than 1 for Fort Recovery. Now for Celina, they've got 3 players with 2 fouls each, and they were able to get all 3 of those off the floor there before the end of the first half, before they could get a third. Taylor Klingshirn has 2, Kyra Dirksen has 2, and Kylie Billingsley has 2 fouls as well. So our halftime score is Celina 20 and Fort Recovery 14. And we will return and get set for the third quarter coming up here in just a couple of minutes on J Country 101.
Need a better job where the benefits are great. A family-friendly company with competitive pay. Where people stop and greet me when they see my smiling face. Cooper Farms. It's more than a workplace.
We're offering $1,000 sign-on bonuses for maintenance and CDL drivers. To apply, visit cooperfarmsjobs.com. Cooper Farms, it's more than a workplace.
It seems like the most entertaining things on TV these days are those funny insurance commercials. Hi, I'm Connor Rammel with Fort Recovery Insurance. When it comes to insurance, you need someone who knows the difference between insuring a farm and an economy automobile. As your local agent for Ohio Mutual Insurance Group, I know that our area and our neighbors have unique needs. When it comes to insurance, think local. And if you want a funny joke, I'll do my best. Find us online at fortrecoveryinsurance.com.
Your home is your biggest investment, and at the St. Henry Bank, we can show you how you can make the equity you've built up in your home work for you. With a home equity loan from the St. Henry Bank, you can use the money to make your home improvements, consolidate credit card debt, pay for college, take that dream vacation you've always wanted. The St. Henry Bank helps you unlock endless possibilities. Stop in and see us today.
Take pride in taking care of you.
The St. Henry Bank in St. Henry and Maria Stein, large enough to serve you, small enough to know you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
For mechanical work on cars, vans, and more, see Wayne Oil on Fortside Street, Fort Recovery, Ohio. Farmers, don't forget, Wayne Oil opens daily at 7 a.m. They have tires by Michelin, Firestone, Goodyear, and Mastercraft. Plus, Wayne Oil supplies home, farm, and industrial heating oil too. Call Wayne Oil in Fort Recovery, 419-375-4256.
Hello, I'm Kenny Canote from K&L Tractor Sales in Fort Recovery, Ohio. Whether you work in landscaping, farming, or construction, New Holland 300 Series skid steers and compact loaders are reliable workhorses that stand up to any challenge you face. We at K&L Tractor Sales can show you the many New Holland advantages that allow you to work more efficiently, like the patented Super Boom technology that delivers maximum reach at full height and easy servicing. Stop by K&L Tractor Sales in Fort Recovery to see New Holland skid steer and compact track loader.
Want to keep up and running acre after acre after acre? Then turn to genuine Case IH earth metal parts. They're made from pure raw materials with no recycled steel, resulting in a final product that's harder, stronger, and more flexible. Available at Hull Brothers and Fort Recovery. Genuine Case IH earth metal blades deliver consistent tillage performance in the field with less downtime spent replacing components. For more information, visit Hull Brothers, your local Case IH dealer in Fort Recovery today.
Back at the Fortside Fieldhouse, getting set for the third quarter. Our halftime score, Celina 20 and Fort Recovery 14. Recapping the scoring for Fort Recovery, being led right now by Kennedy Mullenkamp. The freshman has 7 points, 3 for Mara Pearson, 2 for Grace Guggenbiller, 2 for Whitley Rammel, and that's it. For Celina, being led by Taylor Klingshirn with 7 points. Zoe Bruns has 6 and 4 for Kylie Billingsley. No ties, no lead changes. Celina scored the first 5 points, and the Lady Indians didn't get their first point until a good 4 minutes into the game. And they have been playing catch-up ever since. They've gotten within 2, but that's as close as they've been able to get this evening. And it's been kind of a problem area for them. They get off to slow starts. Now, they usually can finish strong, but the slow starts have really hurt them throughout the season. Now we'll go to the third quarter here and hopefully see something turn around. Don't forget, tournament action begins next week for Ohio high school girls teams, and the Lady Indians will be playing Waynesfield Goshen in the opening round of their tournament, and that'll be over at Spencerville, and they'll play next Thursday night, February the 17th, and the game will tip off at 7:30. We'll be there for all the action. If they win, likely they would be playing Minster on Saturday the 19th, also over at Spencerville. And so we'll have the action for you here on PG-14, J Country 101. 20-14 our score as we get set for the third quarter. Fort Recovery did win the junior varsity game tonight by a final score of 37-26. So congratulations to them. 37-26, and Amalia Jimenez-Martin leading the way with 10 points. Sage Luthold had 6 for Fort Recovery. Well, hopefully they can get it going here in the third quarter, and hopefully Coach Holly Gann's gotten the moves she needed to make for them to be able to do that. Third quarter being brought to you by Cooper Farms, offering a complete program for your swine, beef, and dairy feeds, plus professional nutritional support as well. Cooper Farms, they'd also like to buy your corn. To sell your corn to Cooper Farms, call 800-637-7161. That's 800-637-7161. Fort Recovery has the ball to start the third quarter. They'll lob it down inside to Pearson, puts it up and in. Little backdoor lob down, and she's able to get her second field goal of the night. And it is 20-16. And here's some pressure and a steal. Oh, but stepping out of bounds after making a nice steal from Callie Wendell, stepped on the sidelines. So the ball goes right back to Celina. They will lob it down inside, turning. Berkey gets it out front. They'll get it to Billingsley, and Billingsley will stand out near the top of the key. Now starts to drive, goes to the baseline, can't get around Whitley Ramel. She'll feed it back out in front to Klingshirn. Klingshirn now takes it over on the far side. Over it goes to Bruns. Bruns can't get a shot away. Out in front, driving inside is Berkey. No shot. Here's a three-pointer, no good by Klingshirn. Rebound up now. Oh, my goodness. I think there's the third foul against Whitley Ramel. No. A lucky break there. The foul is called against Grace Guggenbiller, but that is her fourth. So it was either her or Whitley Ramel. They call it against Guggenbiller, and Guggenbiller gets her fourth personal foul. Free throw is up and is good by Klingshirn. She's got 8. 21-16 is our score. We're early in the third quarter. Third quarter being brought to you by Cooper Farms in Fort Recovery, St. Henry, Coldwater, and Rossburg, Ohio. Second one is good. So Klingshirn leading the score in the game now with 9, and it's 22-16. Indians will get it near side. Mullenkamp in the corner. Will feed it back out to her. Goes cross court to Callie Wendell. Now it's Samara Pearson who lobs it near side. Mullenkamp goes inside to Ramel. She can't get anything. Inside, here's a shot up, no good. Battle for the ball inside. And who's got it? Finally, it's going to be taken away by Celina. Celina will bring it ahead to Dirksen. Dirksen into the front court. Backs out of there with it. Dirksen gives it over far side to Billingsley. Drives to the baseline. Trying to muscle it up. Oh, that was completely over the backboard. It hit the upright over the backboard. She tried to muscle it up way too much and give the ball right back to Fort Recovery. Don't see that very often. 6:25 to go here in the third period. Celina leads 22-16. Mullenkamp with it on the near side. Gives it far side now to Carly Niekamp. Back out in front to Pearson. Callie Wendell into the corner. Back to Mullenkamp. Mullenkamp back out front. Pearson down near side. Oh, knocked away into the backcourt, and that's over and back. She had to bat it to even keep it from going out of bounds, and it went across the 10-second line. So it's a turnover. And the ball goes right back to Celina. It'll be thrown in right in front of the Celina bench by Bruns. Bruns on down into the corner. Berkey knocked away out of bounds. Touch last by Mara Pearson. And Celina will get it from the baseline now. She'll look, get it into the corner to Berkey. Berkey back out in front. It's Billingsley. Billingsley out in front, and a foul against Mara Pearson. She went for the steal and made contact instead. That's her second, team second. Back in for Celina is Amelia Lutz. Celina will get it from the baseline. No free throws here. 22-16, Bulldogs lead. They've led the entire game. Here's the inbounds pass, way out in front. Gets it off to Lutz. Lutz stops, bounce pass over to Berkey. Berkey wants to drive. Berkey stopping, near side Lutz. And Lutz can't go inside, brings it back out front, across the way to Dirksen. Dirksen backs her way out, almost to the 10-second line. Ball knocked away, she gets it, and then mishandles it, loses it out of bounds. That was pretty much an unforced error. Gives the ball back to Fort Recovery. Indians need to get some offense going. They trail 22-16. Their defense has been solid tonight, just the offense has been very hard to find. Pearson goes to Callie Wendell, and now it's to Mullenkamp. Give and go back to Pearson. Pearson shot up. Oh, won't go. Rebound, Rammel up. No, but she's fouled. Rammel was right there on the left side of the glass, and as she went up, you saw a hand hit her arm, and that's the only thing that kept that one from going in. So the foul goes inside, and I think they called that one, let's see, Rammel's free throw is good. Foul was called against Berkey, and that was her second. Whitley Rammel now with 3 points, one more coming. And she can draw the Indians within 4 again, and does. 4 for Rammel, 22-18 your score. Full court pressure from Fort Recovery. Dirksen in the backcourt, now will get it quickly across the timeline. Wendell out in front, ball nearly knocked away, is knocked away, picked away by the Indians. Coming up with it was Mullenkamp. Mullenkamp will get it into the corner. Here's Niekamp, back to Mullenkamp. Near side, it comes over. Niekamp looking in the corner to Callie Wendell. Out in front, now they go over to Pearson. Pearson whips it near side at 3 on the way. No good. Fight for the rebound, loose. Picked up by the Indians. Shot up. Good! Put up by Kennedy Mullenkamp. It's a 2-point game at 22-20. Now this is as close as Fort Recovery's been since early on. Up the court, here's a quick jump shot that is, somehow it rolls in by Amelia Lutz. Her first 2 to make it 24-20. The Indians trying to, try and pick up the tempo a little bit, and I think it would benefit them from doing that. Far side Pearson. Pearson looks out in front. Over it goes to Carly Niekamp. Down low, they go in the corner to Callie Wendell. Back out front now to Pearson. Pearson, far corner. Niekamp's jump shot is no good. Rebound back up, no. Fight for the rebound. Second one is up and in by Rammel. Whitley Rammel with the putback. She's got 6. It's a 2-point game again. 24-22. And now timeout called by Celina. 3 minutes and 56 seconds to go in the third quarter. It is Celina 24 and Fort Recovery 22. Don't go anywhere, folks. It's getting interesting. Third quarter being brought to you by Cooper Farms in Fort Recovery.
Need a better job where the benefits are great. Family-friendly company with competitive pay. Where people stop and greet me when they see my smiling face. Cooper Farms. It's more than a workplace.
We're offering $1,000 sign-on bonuses for maintenance and CDL drivers. To apply, visit CooperFarmsJobs.com. Cooper Farms. It's more than a workplace.
Hi, this is Jerry Kalp of Kalp Pharmacy, a locally owned Health Mart pharmacy. When you're in need of a new pair of diabetic shoes, at Kalp Pharmacy, our pharmacists can measure and fit your feet so both shoes and inserts can be custom to you. Kalp Pharmacy carries Anodyne or Dr. Comfort diabetic shoes and are able to bill Medicare, Medicaid, or insurance. So call Kalp Pharmacy in Fort Recovery at 800-686-2314 so we can help answer your questions or schedule a diabetic shoe fitting appointment. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
3 minutes, 56 seconds to go, third quarter. It is Celina 24 and Fort Recovery 22. Trying to think in my head, I think this is the 4th time that Fort Recovery's gotten within 2, but they've never been able to tie it or get the lead. Full court pressure again by the Indians as they come out of the timeout. And the Bulldogs trying to get it in. They do so to Dirksen deep in the backcourt. Dirksen their best ball handler, but even she's been having trouble at times tonight. Goes far side with it. Stops over there, almost taken away by Wendell. Gets it across the way over to Klingshirn. Klingshirn with it at the top of the key. Klingshirn looks to drive, goes down the lane. Ball knocked away, picked up by Billingsley. Her shot no good. Rebound, Fort Recovery. Indians with a chance to tie or take the lead. Here is Callie Wendell. Far side, Whitley Rammel and Wendell. Near side it goes to Mullenkamp. Give and go down to Callie Rammel. Up and in, tie game! Whitley Rammel, a little alley-oop down to her, and we are tied at 24. First time we've been tied tonight, midway through the third quarter. Up court with it is Amelia Lutz. Stolen away again! Mullenkamp with it. Mullenkamp now will slow it down for the Indians. Mullenkamp gives it out to Rammel. Rammel's going to shoot a three. Oh, it wouldn't go. Looked good when she let it fly, but the rebound comes off to Dirksen. Dirksen the other way for Celina. Dirksen over on the right side. Stopped, lost the ball, but touched last by Fort Recovery. And for Celina, we will see Bertkey, and also back in is Bruns. And we're going to see Carly Niekamp come out for Fort Recovery. Here's the ball out in front. And back in with it as Pearson gets on her. Driving on down is Dirksen to the baseline. Won't take a shot. Gets it to Billingsley. Billingsley whips it across the way. Knocked around. Picked up by Fort Recovery. Indians with a chance to take the lead for the first time. Lead pass near side, Mullenkamp. In the corner it goes to Alexis Wendell. Back out in front, Callie Wendell. Now it's to Pearson. Pearson back to Alexis Wendell. Alexis Wendell to Callie Wendell. Now to Pearson. Pearson over on the far side. Into the corner to Mullenkamp. Mullenkamp looks out in front to Rammel. Rammel gives it near side. Over to Alexis Wendell. Alexis Wendell looking. Back out in front. They'll get it to Mullenkamp. Mullenkamp. Indians being very patient. We're tied at 24. Near side, Alexis Wendell looking for movement. Gets it back to Pearson. Now it's Callie Wendell. They try to get it down low. Trapped over in the corner is Mullenkamp. Now gets it out in front. It's Pearson. And right side, Callie Wendell. Now Alexis Wendell in the corner. Alexis Wendell looks to drive. Lost the ball out of bounds. Bounced it and lost it as she reached for it. The last little touch, and that will give the ball back to Celina. 24-24 our score here in the third quarter. Third quarter being brought to you by Cooper Farms. Ball knocked away this time. Mullenkamp just slapped it away from Bertkey. It's still Celina ball, far sidelines. And it'll be Kyra Dirksen, or check it, Zoe Bruns will be throwing it in. Looking. In it comes now to Dirksen. Dirksen way out in front with it. Dirksen, left-hand dribble, brings it to the near side. Gets it on back to Bruns. Bruns drives the baseline across the way. They work it out. Here's a shot blocked. I mean, Pearson got all over that one. And then falling down with the ball, picked up by Mullenkamp. Mullenkamp with it over on the far side for Fort Recovery. Mullenkamp looking across the way to Alexis Wendell. Fort Recovery a chance to take the lead again. Callie Wendell and now Mara Pearson. Mara Pearson under a minute to go third quarter. Alexis Wendell in the corner. Alexis Wendell, Callie Wendell. Far side, Mara Pearson. She'll lob it back to Alexis Wendell. Looking down low to Callie Wendell. Now far side Pearson. And now we got an offensive foul, and an illegal pick has just been called against Whitley Rammel. Whitley Rammel gets called for her third personal foul, third team foul. And Rammel's going to come to the sidelines. She's not happy about the call. I don't think Coach Gann is either. But she'll come at least for the end of the quarter. 45.4 seconds to go, third period. Full court pressure applied by Fort Recovery. In the backcourt with it is Bruns. Bruns will bring it into the front court. Bruns out at the top of the circle, having trouble, picks it back up, can't dribble it, looking for help, finally gets it out to Bertkey. Bertkey looking inside, Bertkey with it. Bertkey takes it all the way to the far side, down to 25 seconds. Now it's to Bruns. Bruns pass near side to Billingsley. Billingsley lost the ball, scrambled for the ball out of bounds. It's going to go to Fort Recovery. Fort Recovery gets it back with 17.7 seconds to go in the quarter. So a chance to maybe get the lead here right at the end of the third period. Big opportunity here. And it comes to Mara Pearson. Pearson, long lead pass on down. Trapped inside. Oh, and a bumping foul. Good call. Two players went up for it. Alexis Wendell came down with it, then was knocked out of bounds by Klingshirn. Klingshirn gets her third foul, just the second team foul, so no free throws. 11.3 seconds to go in the quarter. Now they'll lob it inside. Oh, pass intercepted by Celina, and then a foul on Fort Recovery. Foul's going to be called against Carly Niekamp. That'll be her second, team's fourth. Still, neither team shooting free throws. 9.2 seconds to go in the quarter. Celina now has it from the far end of the court. The inbounds pass thrown away. It's picked up by Callie Wendell to Niekamp, 10-footer. Good! Carly Niekamp, first points and puts Fort Recovery ahead at the end of the third quarter. Well, turnover, and finally somebody capitalized, and it was Fort Recovery. At the end of three, it's now Fort Recovery 26 and Celina 24. We've got a good one going here. Don't go away. We're back. Our third quarter has been brought to you by Cooper Farms in Fort Recovery.
Need a better job where the benefits are great. A family-friendly company with competitive pay. Where people stop and greet me when they see my smiling face. Cooper Farms, it's more than a workplace.
Make your own schedule. We're now offering flexible schedule part-time positions. To apply, visit cooperfarmsjobs.com. Cooper Farms, it's more than a workplace.
Hello, I'm Kenny Canote from K&L Tractor Sales in Fort Recovery, Ohio. For a tractor with big chore versatility and power, ask us at K&L Tractor in Fort Recovery about the 140 to 165 horsepower T7 series tractors from New Holland. They're the all-around workhorse you need for loading, haymaking, mixing feed, and spreading manure. They offer choice of transmissions and unmatched versatility to power implements on front or back. Plus, you work your best in the quiet comfort of a Horizon cab. See us at K&L Tractor Sales in Fort Recovery today.
Carly Niekamp's basket with about 3 seconds to go there in the third quarter has given Fort Recovery its first lead of the night, 26-24. The Indians outscored Celina in that third quarter 12-4 and now lead it by 2. They have trailed by as many as, 8 on the night? But have the lead here going to the fourth quarter. Now Whitley Rammel still on the bench for Fort Recovery as we start the fourth period after getting her third foul. Out in front with it, here's Celina. Out front with it is Klingshirn. Klingshirn being guarded closely. Cross it goes over to Dirksen. Now it's to Bruns. Bruns out in front, nowhere to go with it. Bruns looking to drive, goes in the lane. Ball knocked loose, stolen away by the Indians. Quickly up the court is Pearson, and she's fouled. And that foul is going to be against Zoe Bruns, I believe. Yep, it's her first. Just the third team foul against Celina. Indians have it. They're into the court. And it comes out there to Callie Wendell. Callie Wendell looking near side to Niekamp and Mullenkamp. And they go far side. Callie Wendell, far side to Mara Pearson. Mara Pearson from the wing. Back in front to Callie Wendell. Right side to Kennedy Mullenkamp. Looking down low. Can't find anybody. But good patience there by Fort Recovery. They lead by 2. Here's Callie Wendell. She fakes the shot, now takes the shot, misses the shot. Rebound inside by the Indians. They'll go to the far side. Callie Wendell comes out of there with it. Actually, I think it was Alexis Wendell that got the rebound, but got it out front. Callie Wendell having trouble. Hands it off now out front to Mullenkamp. Mullenkamp. It's been a long possession. Near side it comes over to Pearson. Pearson, and now we got a timeout being called by Fort Recovery. 6 minutes and 39 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. It is Fort Recovery 26 and Celina 24. We're back after this on J Country 101.
For mechanical work on cars, vans, and more, see Wayne Oil on Fortside Street, Fort Recovery, Ohio. Farmers, don't forget, Wayne Oil opens daily at 7 a.m. They have tires by Michelin, Firestone, Goodyear, and Mastercraft. Plus, Wayne Oil supplies home, farm, and industrial heating oil, too. Call Wayne Oil in Fort Recovery, 419-375-4256.
Don't forget, we've got Indiana University basketball coming up here after the ball game tonight. The Hoosiers up in Chicago. Well, technically Evanston, Illinois, Chicago suburb, to play Northwestern. Tip-off time set for 9:05, so I don't think we're going to miss much at all. Could have quite a finish here. Fort Recovery with the ball. And it comes to Callie Wendell. Callie Wendell out in front. And here's Whitley Rammel back in there with it. She's got the ball. She'll drive. Ball's knocked loose, and it's stolen away by Gerke. Or by Berkey, who comes away with it. On down, here is Klingshirn driving and lost the ball out of bounds, and she knew it as soon as she let go. Bounced it off her own foot out of bounds, and it goes right back to Fort Recovery. Just over 6 minutes to play in regulation. 2-point game here. Mara Pearson takes it down. Collision. Out it comes, though. Here's a long three-pointer. No good. Rebound loose. We got a push. Are they going to call that? They did. They called a very little push against Whitley Rammel, but that is her 4th personal foul. 5th team foul against Fort Recovery. So Whitley Rammel on senior night has to go sit down. She's laughing. She knew she didn't push much. Trapped in the backcourt, though, is Berkey. Berkey into the front court with it. Berkey looking. Celina trailing by 2. Now they go outside to Klingshirn and to Dirksen. Ball slapped away and stolen. Picked up by the Indians, and then a foul on Celina. That foul's going to be whistled against Klingshirn, and that's her 4th. So the 4th foul against Taylor Klingshirn and the 4th team foul against the Bulldogs. 5 minutes and 50 seconds to go. Well, neither team. We got 4 team fouls against Celina and 5 against Fort Recovery. So nobody's shooting free throws yet. May come down to that tonight. Here's a pass to the near side. Goes to Alexis Wendell. She turns. Back out in front. They go to Niekamp. Niekamp, left side pass over to Mullenkamp. Now it's to Callie Wendell. Goes back over to Mullenkamp. Mullenkamp looks to drive. Stops near side. Callie Wendell, nowhere to go. Back over to Mullenkamp. Mullenkamp, and away from the ball. We got an illegal pick called against Fort Recovery. And that's called against Alexis Wendell. That'll be her 2nd and the team's 6th. The ball goes back to Celina. The defense has really been stifling Celina this entire half. They only scored 4 points in the 3rd quarter and have not scored here in the 4th quarter. Here's a steal out in front. Ball knocked. It's going to be a tie-up, I think, by the time it's all said and done. And it is. And the ball will give it right back to Fort Recovery. Was knocked away by Mullenkamp, and then Callie Wendell jumped on it and tied up the Celina player. And the ball goes right back to the Indians. 5 minutes and change here in the 4th quarter. Fort Recovery with it, guarding a 2-point lead, the only lead they've had all night. Callie Wendell gives it over to Alexis Wendell. Alexis Wendell goes to Mullenkamp. Now near side, Callie Wendell for 3. Hit it! The first 3 of the night for Fort Recovery, and talk about great timing. 29-24 Fort Recovery. Callie Wendell's first points at the other end. A 3-pointer bounces over the backboard off the hands of Klingshirn. Shot looked good, hit the rim, just simply bounced over the back, and it goes right back to Fort Recovery. Here is Grace Guggenbiller coming back in for Fort Recovery, and she returns with 4 fouls. Whitley Rammel's on the bench right now with 4 fouls. But that 3-pointer there by Wendell has given the Lady Indians a 5-point lead, 29-25. Far side with it. They look out in front. It goes to Guggenbiller. Guggenbiller looking inside. Near side pass over to Mara Pearson. Pearson down to the baseline. Looking inside. They just called an offensive foul on her. Pearson, it's one of those I'll just say could have gone either way. That's the team's 7th foul, 3rd personal on Mara Pearson, but she was just pretty headstrong that she was going to go in for it, and there was contact. And good possibility the defender may have been set. It was close. We have 4:19 to go, 29-24, Fort Recovery leading. Celina now with the basketball. Here is Dirksen quickly into the front court. Dirksen all the way down to the corner, looking for help, gets it out front. Over to Klingshirn. Klingshirn trapped. Gives it to Berkey. Berkey takes it to the right wing. Cannot get a shot away. She is in trouble. Hands it off. Back it goes to Dirksen. Dirksen back out in front with it. Dirksen Near side, Klingshirn driving, puts up a shot, didn't get it. Fight for the rebound, put back up and in. And that was Taylor Klingshirn who got the putback. She's got 11. And it's a 29-26 ball game. That's only the 6th point for Celina in this entire second half. Fort Recovery with the ball. Here's Guggenbiller driving, shot up and in! Grace Guggenbiller, second basket. 31-26, Fort Recovery leads. 3.5 minutes to go. Don't go anywhere. This is going to go down to the final buzzer. Far side with it is Berkey. Berkey will go far side to Dirksen. Dirksen out front to Billingsley. Now it's near side over to Lutz. Lutz goes down low to Klingshirn. Can't do anything. Now Billingsley. Billingsley trying to drive. Kicks it far side over on the wing to Klingshirn. Out in front to Berkey. And Berkey will give it to Lutz. Lutz from the top of the key. Can't go anyplace. Under 3 minutes. Near side it comes back. It goes to Berkey. Berkey. And now what do we got? Oh my gosh. A pushing off foul called against Kennedy Mullenkamp. It's her first, but the team's 8th, so a 1-and-1 is coming here for Celina with 2 minutes and 49 seconds to play. Whitley Rammel's coming back out there with 4 fouls. And sitting down will be Carly Niekamp. Kinley Holstad back in for Celina. And coming back in is going to be Zoe Bruns. At the free throw line is Peyton Berkey. She has 1 free throw tonight. That's her only point. And she'll have a 1+1 coming here. 31-26, Fort Recovery by 5. Free throw is no good. Rebound, Fort Recovery. Mara Pearson comes away with it. Pearson will get it ahead to Mullenkamp. Mullenkamp way out in front with it. Mullenkamp gives it to Callie Wendell. Callie Wendell looking. Callie Wendell, nobody on her. Puts it on the floor. Goes across the way to Pearson. Out in front to Mullenkamp. Mullenkamp looking inside, being very patient. Now it goes to Guggenbiller. Inside they go to Pearson. Pearson across the way. Knocked loose and stolen. Here is Dirksen all the way down for the layup. And then a timeout called by Celina. Kara Dirksen with her first points of the game. And with 2 minutes and 17 seconds to go, it is Fort Recovery 31 and Celina 28. We're back after this on J Country 101.
The St. Henry Bank is a 5th-generation family-owned company, and we take pride in serving our local communities when it comes to all of your banking needs with all types of checking accounts and savings accounts, IRAs, home loans, commercial loans, farm loans, student loans, and more. The St. Henry Bank in St. Henry and Maria Stein, large enough to serve you, small enough to know you.
We take pride in taking care of you.
Visit us online at sthenrybank.com for all of your online banking needs. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Remember that scene in the Indiana Jones movie where the old knight tells him to choose wisely? Hi, I'm Connor Ramble with Fort Recovery Insurance. When it comes to insurance, choose wisely. Now, I'm not an old knight, but I do know insurance. From farms to factories to cars and ATVs, don't just spin the wheel and choose the first one that comes up. Insurance is too important not to have some local advice on what is wisest for you. FortRecoveryInsurance.com, your local agent for Ohio Mutual Insurance Group.
Indians get a breakaway layup from Kennedy Mullenkamp. And they extend the lead to 5 at 33-28. Celina with it now. Under 2 minutes to play in regulation. A 3 from the corner, no good. Rebounded by Callie Wendell. Fort Recovery with it with a 5-point lead here in the fourth quarter. And they might play a little keep away for a while. Over to Whitley Rammel. Rammel looks inside. Out in front to Mara Pearson. Minute 35 and counting. Oh, almost thrown away. Guggenbiller catches up to it. She stands out here on the near side, takes it all the way down into the corner, turns out to Rammel. Rammel feeds it to Callie Wendell, now to Mara Pearson. Pearson guarded closely, and a reach-in foul is going to be called against Zoe Bruns, just her second. And it is just the 15th foul, so no free throws yet. We're down to 1 minute and 21 seconds to go, and Fort Recovery leads 33-28. And now we're going to have a timeout called by Fort Recovery. So just 1 minute 21 seconds to go. 33-28 Indians lead. We're back after this on J Country 101.
Hello, I'm Kenny Canote from K&L Tractor Sales in Fort Recovery, Ohio. Whether you work in landscaping, farming, or construction, New Holland 300 Series skid steers and compact loaders are reliable workhorses that stand up to any challenge you face. We at K&L Tractor Sales can show you the many New Holland advantages that allow you to work more efficiently, like the patented Super Boom technology that delivers maximum reach at full height and easy servicing. Stop by K&L Tractor Sales in Fort Recovery to see New Holland skid steer and compact track loader.
Hi, this is Jerry Kalp of Kalp Pharmacy, a locally owned Health Mart pharmacy. When you're in need of a new pair of diabetic shoes, at Kalp Pharmacy, our pharmacists can measure and fit your feet so both shoes and inserts can be custom to you. Kalp Pharmacy carries Anodyne or Dr. Comfort diabetic shoes and are able to bill Medicare, Medicaid, or insurance. So call Kalp Pharmacy in Fort Recovery at 800-686-2314 so we can help answer your questions or schedule a diabetic shoe fitting appointment. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
A very entertaining game this Tuesday evening here at the Fortside Fieldhouse. 33-28 as Fort Recovery leads Celina here on senior night. And the Indians have the ball here out of the timeout. They'll look, they'll get it into Whitley Rammel on the far side. Rammel plagued by foul trouble much of the night, but she's pretty much vowing to stay in there. Near side it comes to Callie Wendell. Callie Wendell looking inside. Callie out in front to Guggenbiller. Guggenbiller stops to Rammel on the right wing. Rammel stands out there with it, looks to go inside. Now goes back out front to Whitley Rammel. And they go to far side to Callie. Oh, and a foul outside, and a foul. And that's going to go against Celina. I think. Yeah. Foul was on Peyton Bertkey. Her third and the team's sixth. So it's going to be Fort Recovery ball with just 54.7 seconds to go. Guggenbiller will throw it in. Looking, having trouble, and a 5-second call. Yep. Usually if you say looking a third time, and if you have to say it a fourth, it's too late. And it was. Ball goes back to Celina. 33-28, under a minute to play in regulation. Up court with it is Dirksen. Out front, Billingsley. Billingsley looking. They can't waste time. They go down to Klingshirn, who drives and misses it. Rebound, a collision, and the rebound comes away to Fort Recovery, having trouble, but they'll get it ahead. On down to Mara Pearson. Pearson loses the ball. It's taken away by Klingshirn. Down to 30 seconds. Klingshirn. Celina's going to have to score in a hurry. Here's Klingshirn looking. Klingshirn. She doesn't realize how few seconds there are on the clock. She's passing. They'll go. Here's Billingsley missing a three. Rebounded by Fort Recovery, and then a foul, I think, called. Well, now, wait a second. No, we had a foul was called against Mara Pearson. That's her fourth. So she's got four. Guggenbiller's got four, and Whitley Rammel has four. It's a ninth team foul. Clock shows just 16.8 seconds to go, but now Celina's got a chance to score with the clock stopped. So at the line, shooting and missing is Klingshirn. Fight for the rebound, picked up by Fort Recovery. Callie Wendell gets it to Mara Pearson. She dribbles into the front court. Clock winding down, and a foul, and that's going to bring about free throws. The foul was on Bruns, her third, stops the clock with 9.5 seconds to go. But that puts the Lady Indians at the line in a 1-1. And Mara Pearson is at the line, just 5 points tonight, but a chance to get a couple of big free throws here. Pearson's free throw is on the way. It's good. Well, now it takes 2 3-pointers just to tie. And if she hits this one here, it's a 3-possession game, no doubt. And that may be too much with only 9.5 seconds. Hit them both. Makes it a 7-point game, 35-28. And now here's a long three. It's no good. Rebound knocked around and out of bounds. It'll be it's going to be Celina ball with just 2.6 seconds to go. And a timeout's been called by Celina. Now, I don't know what Coach Rustin has over there in the way of a 7-point play. But with just 2.6 seconds to go, I got a feeling Holly Yann's just going to tell her girls, give them a basket. Then the clock's going to run out. 35-28 Fort Recovery. Fort Recovery has given up just 8 points in this second half. 4 in the third quarter and just 4 more here in the fourth. In the third quarter, they outscored Celina by 12-4, and in this fourth quarter, they've outscored them 9-4, and thus lead by a score of 35-28 with just 2.6 seconds to play in regulation. Like I say, I've never seen a 7-point play in basketball before. I don't know if I could imagine how they could work one up or not. But if I'm the Indians, I may just go to the other end of the court. Stand away, give them the basket. It's meaningless because the Indians have a 7-point lead. But Celina will throw it in with 2.6 seconds to play. Dirksen will throw it in. Looks, will give it to Billingsley, who fires, and it's in and out, and that's the ball game. So the Fort Recovery Indians start slow but finish strong. And on senior night, all the seniors and all the Indian fans are smiling. Your final score tonight, Fort Recovery 35 and Celina by a score of 35-28. So with the win tonight, Fort Recovery improves to 6-16 on the year, and Celina falls to 4-14. We're back in a couple of minutes here on J Country 101.
At the St. Henry Bank, we take pride in taking care of you when it comes to your banking needs. And through our website at sthenrybank.com, you can enjoy the anytime convenience of online banking, online bill pay, make loan payments, make credit card payments, view your account history and monthly statements, and more. Stop in and see us, and we'll help you set up your online account.